Thanks for watching this portion of Garage Logic today on our YouTube channel, and hit the subscribe button if you wouldn't mind. And also thanks to our friends at Everest Men's Health for sponsoring this. Go to everestmenshealth.com today to see if they can help you with better energy and better health. And catch the Garage Logic podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Nakima Levy-Armstrong.
You want me to see if we can get her on the air?
Well, we've invited her before.
Many times.
With the Racial Justice Network has issued a press release calling for the end of police chases. It's the police's fault.
I wish we could swear because I would say bullshoot.
And this was the result of the two teenagers dying last week. Yeah.
We, the members of the Racial Justice Network, believe that all people are innocent until proven guilty, and being found guilty should not result in a death sentence. We are calling on Governor Walz and all elected officials, including Minneapolis Mayor Jacob Frey and Robbinsdale Mayor Bill Blonigan, to intervene and call for an end to high-speed police chases in Minnesota and to hold police officers accountable for this dangerous and unnecessary behavior. Totally in favor of the criminal, isn't she?
Wow.
Those were kids that were extremely poor drivers, and it's sad that there was a loss of life because those two kids, are not going to celebrate Christmas anymore, but they made their decision.
These are senseless deaths that can and should be prevented when officers continue to initiate high-speed chases. No. Wouldn't it be that the thieves initiate the chase?
You would think so, Joe.
And the cops, of course, show blatant disregard for human life. No, the thieves do.
No.
Said Racial Justice Network member Sonia Western. Minnesotans must call and write to our city council, respective mayors, state representatives, and Governor Walz to hold them accountable for their role in dangerous and poorly enforced police policies. Oh. Never mind that the kids are thugs. They're criminals. They have no moral or ethical integrity. And you're wrong, Nakima. You usually are, but you are significantly wrong in this case.
How can anybody, I mean anybody at all, give her any sort of respect whatsoever?
Well,
she's just a complete moron.
Joe, in that story, does the Racial Justice Network, do they have a TV platform? Do they have, like the logoed shirts and stuff? Like ESPN?
Yeah, what's their,
probably.
Yeah, okay.
Like the logo on your back.
Does she talk about stopping crime at home, about broken families, about thugs not going to school?
These were juveniles, by the way. Remember, juveniles.
Thugs coming up behind women and pouncing and beating them in the head.
Thugs beating that woman up from Edina right in front of the store.
Any of that whatsoever?
No, not a bit.
No.
Well, because behavior isn't an issue with the Democratic Party, correct? It's just it's everything else.
Right.
Behavior's not the problem.
Well, you're leading me to my prediction.
I don't understand how she garners any respect from anybody. I can see criminals just getting up right now, reading that and laughing at her.
Mm-hmm.
What's your prediction?
It's based on a story out of Chicago that caught my attention. I was reading this morning. Chicago police are investigating after a smash and grab team stole an estimated $2 million worth of wristwatches from a luxury car dealership near the Magnificent, what's it called in Chicago?
Magnificent Mile.
On Saturday afternoon. Less than an hour earlier, at least 6 thieves mobbed an Oak Street retailer and escaped with over $20,000 worth of coats. And it all happened as the Chicago Police Department supposedly had a special plan and extra resources in the area to make sure the downtown retail strips remained safe. Shortly after noon on Saturday, 2 men entered the Bentley, Lamborghini, and Rolls-Royce dealership at 834 North Rush Street. One of the men used a hammer to smash a display case containing extremely expensive watches. How expensive? According to initial information, the timepieces are Richard Mille brand, watches advertised as a racing machine on the wrist. They retail for hundreds and hundreds of thousands, sometimes millions of dollars each. The thieves were described as 2 black males wearing black clothing. They reportedly snagged several of them for the car dealer's display and then escaped in a vehicle that was waiting on nearby Delaware Place. Okay.
So it was somewhat thought out.
Earlier on Saturday, a group of between 6 and 9 men wearing ski masks stormed Moose Knuckles, 54 East Walton, and escaped with over $20,000 worth of high-end winter coats. One of the offenders punched an employee on the way out. The crew escaped in a black Dodge Charger and a silver Dodge Durango, both of which are stolen. On Friday afternoon, 2 men snagged more than $1,000 worth of merchandise from Nike, 669 North Michigan. The heist seems almost quaint compared to the other thefts in the area. Later, around 5:30 p.m., 2 offenders stole $3,000 worth of coats from North Face on North Michigan Avenue. The same store lost about $10,000 in products to a 2-man theft team on Thursday afternoon. And then you go to the Daily Mail piece.
While you're looking for that, where did you get that coat you have on? I love it.
Moose Knuckles.
Oh, you did it at Moose Knuckles.
I got that at Moose
good.
Knuckles.
Looks good on you.
What the hell?
Rookie
Joe?
here for.
Yeah, I'm available.
But you don't have any idea, do you, Joe?
Nope.
What?
Never mind.
Power
go,
through,
go with the
Joe.
Daily
Power
Mail
through.
piece. We'll tell you off the air.
Yep.
Okay. The owner of the car dealership is a guy named Joe Perillo, and he told Fox 32 Mayor Lori Lightfoot and other officials need to take action or businesses are going to leave the city. I have a place in the suburbs. The place is wonderful. There's no crime, he said. People don't want to come into this city. And there's pictures galore of the beautiful cars on the show floor and the thugs smashing the...
So there's been a couple of different narratives about these style of smash and grab robberies and the mass robberies where 30 or more kids come in, and I'm committed to the mob angle on this one. That these kids are just
working for somebody.
Because they have no way to pawn a watch or sell a watch that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. What are they going to sell that for, $50
Right.
to one of their buddies? No, these are going to somebody else and being distributed as something that fell off the back of a truck.
Perillo said the robbers were smart enough not to brandish their weapon. He was smart enough not to raise the gun because my people had guns, he said. If he raised that gun, he would have been shot, and we'd probably be in court defending ourselves. No one was injured during the robbery or chase. Perillo is demanding that officials take additional action to keep citizens safe. There were children in the store at the time that these thieves came in and smashed up the display case. Here's my prediction. You ready?
Yep.
I was talking to a guy yesterday about this. This country's going to see the end of retail as we know it.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yep.
This store already said that they're closed now. You have to make an appointment, and
Yep.
the doors will remain locked.
Yeah.
That's a step towards, from now on, you'll just absolutely have to shop online. You want a new Lamborghini?
And profile. And profile. I don't like the way you look. I'm not letting you in the store. Why? Because I'm dressed like a thug? Yeah, because that's who robbed us last time. What would Nikemi Levy Armstrong say to this mob mentality? Just let him go do it? We can't chase him?
She wouldn't. I'm already seeing evidence around family members that they'll often order routine things online, like soap and bleach or whatever, rather than go to a Target.
I'm seeing that a lot too.
Target
seeing it
Midway.
a lot.
Target Midway is a changed store.
Right.
Since the Walmart closed on University Avenue, the Target Midway is a completely changed store. It's one that I used to frequent. I avoid it like the plague.
Think how many of these woke companies rallied behind these woke movements, bail reform, Black Lives Matter, whatever, only to they're getting windmilled by the very people that they were championing are not being held accountable, and they're coming back time and time again. Why should a guy with probably $15 million worth of inventory in a luxury car dealership, he's not going to stand for this?
Nope.
That store will be leaving downtown.
And by the way,
I got burned once. That's it. I'm done.
This doesn't mean then that's the end of theft. What then is going to happen is these people that are involved in organized crime are then going to extend themselves out to what? The homeowner. Oh, look at those packages out there. Do you remember the story I told you last week about a friend of mine that works for a large distributor? And the guy that worked one day and stole the uniform?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Update. I was informed by this particular person that his only job, is to make sure that when an employee is done, that their uniform is returned to them. Think about that.
It's a good gig if you can get it.
That's a lot of turnover. If that keeps them busy every day.
It's not. I guess it's not the only thing he does, but it eats
a
up
major-
a large portion of his day. Think about that, because
We have been failed. We have been failed mightily by the left. We have been failed mightily. 12 American cities, all led by the left, have homicide records in 2021,
How come
including
nobody
St.
sees
Paul.
it? I mean, we've been saying this forever. How come nobody on the left who votes for them sees this?
didn't we only had 2 over the weekend though, right here in Minneapolis?
Why do they continue to vote this way, Joe?
Because in urban America, there is no conservative thinking anymore. There's nobody to counter
that's
this.
There's
Sinful-
nothing
sinful to think like
conservative.
that.
It's not conservative thinking to not want to get carjacked.
Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you.
That politics has nothing to do with that.
Well, let me circle back to the young woman in Edina. I don't know her politics, but based on the shirt she was wearing, which is unfair of me, but that's all I had to go on.
It's probably very telling.
All I have to go on. I got to think that she's probably very liberal in nature, but maybe this is her wake up call. Well, I'm sure as hell not voting for anybody who favors bail reform, she might be thinking.